What happens when a heart already shattered faces another devastating blow? Heartland. Season 19 opens with Amy's world hanging by a thread, her newfound happiness with Nathan threatened by an unexpected tragedy. Will she find the strength to endure another storm? Or will this be the breaking point for her and her daughter Lindy? Heartland Season 19 begins on a hopeful note. Amy is seen in a rare moment of peace, tending to the horses at Heartland Ranch. The bond she has formed with Nathan, a compassionate and steadfast figure in her life, seems to have breathed new life into her. For the first time since Ty's death, Amy allows herself to believe in love again. Nathan, patient and understanding, has slowly become a cornerstone for both Amy and Lindy, bringing laughter back to their home. But this newfound happiness carries a fragile quality. Amy's lingering grief over Ty is ever present, a shadow in the background of her blossoming relationship. She often questions whether it's fair to Nathan to carry the weight of her past while forging a future with him. Lindy, wise beyond her years, senses her mother's apprehension and tries to bridge the gap with her innocent optimism, reminding Amy that it's okay to move forward. Nathan's presence in Lindy's life has been transformative. From teaching her how to care for the horses to sharing stories around the fireplace, he has stepped into a role Ty once filled, not as a replacement, but as someone who deeply cares. Their bond is a testament to how healing can come from unexpected places. However, the tranquil pace of life at Heartland Ranch doesn't last long. A storm is brewing, one that will put Amy's resilience to the ultimate test. The peace at Heartland Ranch is shattered in a single moment. Nathan, who has been a steady presence in Amy's life, faces an unexpected and life-threatening accident. It begins as a regular day, a routine ride through the expansive fields. Amy, Nathan, and Lindy are together, enjoying the serenity of the land, unaware of the danger that lies ahead. While helping a distressed horse near the edge of a rocky incline, Nathan's horse becomes spooked by a sudden loud noise, causing a catastrophic fall. Amy watches in horror as Nathan and his horse tumble down the slope. The scene is chaotic, the sound of hooves scrambling for grip, Nathan's desperate attempt to regain control, and Amy's piercing scream as the unthinkable unfolds. Amy rushes to his side, her heart pounding. Nathan is alive but gravely injured, his unconscious form a stark contrast to the vibrant, strong man who had become her source of comfort. Lindy, clutching Amy's hand, is terrified but tries to stay brave, mirroring the strength her mother has always shown. The family scrambles to get Nathan to the hospital. Jack and Tim, upon hearing the news, immediately spring into action, organizing help and keeping the ranch running while Amy tends to Nathan. Lou, back from a trip, drops everything to be by her sister's side, offering emotional support. At the hospital, the prognosis is grim. Nathan has suffered severe injuries, and his survival is uncertain. As Amy waits for updates, memories of Ty's tragic death flood her mind. The sterile smell of the hospital, the mechanical beeping of the machines. It's all too familiar, triggering a whirlwind of emotions. She clutches Lindy tightly, fearing what might come next. Amy begins to wrestle with a harrowing question. Is she cursed to lose every man she loves? Ty's loss left a void in her heart, and now, just as she began to trust in love again, the possibility of losing Nathan looms large. She wonders if she's strong enough to endure this pain again, not just for herself, but for Lindy, who has already endured so much at a young age. Despite the weight of her fears, Amy resolves to stay strong. She knows Lindy is watching her, and she refuses to let her daughter lose hope. But deep down, Amy is grappling with the tormenting question: what if Nathan doesn't make it? As the hours stretch into days at the hospital, Amy is engulfed by a tidal wave of emotions. The waiting room becomes her temporary home, a space where time feels both infinite and unbearably short. Every passing second without news about Nathan's condition tightens the grip of fear around her heart. She tries to stay calm for Lindy, who clings to her, sensing her mother's unease. But inside, Amy feels as though she's falling apart. The familiar ache of grief resurfaces, pulling her back to the day she lost Ty. It's as if the universe is cruelly replaying her worst nightmare, and she begins to question why life seems determined to test her limits. The thoughts come unbidden. What if Nathan doesn't survive? What if I lose him just like I lost Ty? How will I explain this to Lindy? Lindy, though young, is perceptive. Mommy, is Nathan going to be okay? she asks with innocent eyes brimming with concern. Amy's throat tightens as she struggles to find the right words. "He's very strong, sweetheart," Amy finally whispers, forcing a smile. "We have to believe he'll get better." But even as she says it, doubt gnaws at her. Back at Heartland, the absence of Nathan is palpable. His horse, Blaze, stands restless in the stable, as though sensing his rider's plight. Jack takes it upon himself to care for the animal, spending extra time in the barn to soothe Blaze's nerves. The ranch hands carry on their duties, but a somber mood hangs over them. Nathan wasn't just a worker, he had become part of the Heartland family. Amy's responsibilities at the ranch mount as she tries to balance her duties with spending time at the hospital. Jack, Tim, and Lou step in to help, ensuring the ranch runs smoothly. But Amy can't shake the feeling that everything is falling apart. The weight of it all, managing the ranch, comforting Lindy, and worrying about Nathan, threatens to crush her. Lou, ever the practical sister, tries to ease Amy's burden. "Amy, you don't have to do this alone," she insists one evening, pulling her sister into a rare moment of stillness at the kitchen table. "Let us take care of the ranch. You focus on Nathan and Lindy." But Amy struggles to relinquish control. The ranch has always been her sanctuary, a place where she feels closest to Ty. Letting go, even temporarily, feels like losing another piece of herself. Still, she nods, recognizing that her family's support is what's keeping her from unraveling completely. One afternoon at the hospital, the doctor delivers a small but significant update. Nathan's condition is stable, but the road to recovery will be long and uncertain. Amy clings to the word stable, as though it's a lifeline. For the first time in days, she allows herself to hope. She visits Nathan's bedside, her heart breaking at the sight of him connected to monitors and IVs. His face, usually so full of life, is pale and still. She takes his hand, her voice trembling as she speaks to him. "You have to fight, Nathan. We need you. Lindy needs you. I need you." It's the first time Amy has admitted out loud how deeply she cares for Nathan. Her feelings have been a source of internal conflict ever since their relationship began. Loving again after Ty felt like a betrayal at first, but Nathan had shown her that it was okay to move forward while still cherishing Ty's memory. Now, the thought of losing him feels unbearable. As the days go on, Amy's resolve is tested. Every time she closes her eyes, she's haunted by flashes of the accident. Nathan's fall, the panic, the helplessness. She begins to question her decisions, wondering if she's somehow to blame. Could I have prevented this? Did I push him too hard to help with the horse? Jack, sensing her turmoil, offers his wisdom one evening. "Amy, blaming yourself won't change what happened. Nathan's here fighting because of you. You gave him something worth fighting for." His words provide a measure of comfort, but the guilt lingers. Amy channels her emotions into action, throwing herself into caring for Lindy and helping at the ranch whenever she's not at the hospital. It's her way of coping, of staying afloat in the storm of uncertainty. Meanwhile, Lindy proves to be a source of unexpected strength. Despite her young age, she shows a maturity that surprises even Amy. She insists on drawing pictures for Nathan, filling them with bright colors and images of horses and sunshine. "These will help him get better," she says with unwavering confidence. Lindy's optimism reminds Amy of the resilience they both share. Together, they've endured loss and heartache, and they've always found a way to keep going. Watching her daughter's determination reignites Amy's own resolve. The Heartland community rallies around Amy and her family during this difficult time. Friends and neighbors drop off meals, offer to help with chores, and send their prayers for Nathan's recovery. Even Caleb, who's been distant since his own struggles, shows up to lend a hand. Amy is deeply moved by the outpouring of support. It's a reminder that she's not alone, that the bonds she's built over the years are stronger than she realized. But as grateful as she is, Amy knows that the real battle lies ahead. Nathan's recovery, if it happens, will be a long journey filled with challenges. And even if he survives, will he still be the same man she fell in love with? As the days stretch into weeks, Nathan remains in the hospital, caught in a fragile state between life and recovery. His condition is stable but critical, leaving Amy in a relentless cycle of waiting, hoping, and fearing. Each time a doctor enters the room, her heart races, yearning for good news while bracing for the worst. Amy visits Nathan every day, bringing with her a sense of quiet determination. She talks to him, recounting stories of the ranch, Lindy's antics, and the community's support. It's a one-sided conversation, but Amy holds on to the belief that her words might reach him, that they might encourage him to fight his way back to consciousness. One evening, as she sits beside Nathan's bed, she notices the slightest flicker of movement in his fingers. Her breath catches. "Nathan?" she whispers, leaning closer. His eyelids flutter, and though he doesn't wake, the small sign of life fills Amy with renewed hope. The next day, the doctors confirm that Nathan is beginning to emerge from his coma. It's a moment of relief, but they caution Amy that his recovery will be a long and arduous journey. Nathan will need physical therapy, and there's a chance he might not regain full mobility or strength. The emotional toll of the accident could also present its own set of challenges. Despite the daunting prognosis, Amy is determined to help Nathan heal. She begins to educate herself on his condition, researching therapies and rehabilitation techniques. She's no stranger to hard work and perseverance, traits that have defined her life at Heartland. But this time, the stakes feel even higher. Back at the ranch, Jack and Tim take over many of Amy's responsibilities, urging her to focus on Nathan and Lindy. The Heartland family bands together, proving once again that their bond is unbreakable, even in the face of adversity. While Amy throws herself into supporting Nathan, she can't ignore the emotional turmoil brewing beneath the surface. His accident has forced her to confront feelings she thought she had buried long ago: grief, fear, and the vulnerability that comes with loving someone deeply. In quiet moments, she finds herself thinking about Ty, comparing the two men and the love she feels for them. Loving Nathan doesn't erase her love for Ty, but it does force her to reconcile with the idea that life moves forward, even when the past feels impossible to let go of. One night, as she confides in Lou over a cup of tea, Amy voices her fears. "What if he doesn't recover, Lou? What if I lose him too?" Lou takes her sister's hand, her voice steady and reassuring. "You're stronger than you realize, Amy, and so is Nathan. You've both been through so much, and you've always come out the other side. Whatever happens, you'll face it together." Lindy continues to be a source of strength for Amy and Nathan. Her drawings fill Nathan's hospital room, transforming the sterile space into a gallery of hope and positivity. Each picture tells a story of love, family, and the life waiting for Nathan back at Heartland. One day, Lindy insists on visiting Nathan. Amy hesitates, unsure if it's the right decision, but Lindy is adamant. "I want him to know we're waiting for him," she says, with a determination far beyond her years. When they arrive at the hospital, Lindy climbs onto a chair beside Nathan's bed and gently takes his hand. "Nathan, it's me, Lindy," she says softly. "You have to get better so we can ride horses together. Mommy and I miss you." Amy watches with tears in her eyes as Lindy's innocence and unwavering faith seem to bring a sense of calm to the room. For the first time in weeks, Amy feels a glimmer of peace. Several days later, Amy is sitting by Nathan's bedside, her hand resting on his, when she feels a faint squeeze. Her eyes widen as she looks at him, and this time, his eyes flutter open. It's a slow and disoriented awakening, but it's enough to send a surge of relief through Amy. "Nathan," she whispers, leaning closer, "you're awake." He blinks slowly, his gaze unfocused, but when his eyes finally meet hers, a faint smile tugs at the corners of his lips. "Amy," he murmurs, his voice weak but filled with recognition. Tears stream down Amy's face as she calls for the doctor, her heart bursting with gratitude. Nathan's journey to recovery has officially begun, and while the road ahead is uncertain, Amy is ready to face it with him. Nathan's recovery is slow and challenging, physical therapy sessions leave him exhausted, and there are days when the pain and frustration threaten to overwhelm him. But Amy is there every step of the way, offering encouragement and reminding him of the life they're building together. Their relationship deepens as they navigate this new chapter, marked by vulnerability and mutual support. Nathan opens up about his fears, of being a burden, of not being the man Amy fell in love with. And Amy reassures him that their love is stronger than any obstacle. At the same time, Amy continues to wrestle with her own emotions. She confides in Jack one evening, seeking his wisdom. "I'm scared, Grandpa," she admits. Scared of losing him, scared of what the future holds. Jack places a reassuring hand on her shoulder. Life doesn't come with guarantees, Amy, but what I do know is that love, real love, is worth every risk. You've got to hold on to that. As Nathan's strength begins to return, he becomes more determined to reclaim his life. He pushes himself in therapy, fueled by the love and support of Amy and Lindy. Small victories, like taking his first steps with the help of a walker, become monumental milestones. The Heartland family rallies around him, celebrating each achievement and reminding him that he's not alone. The bond between Nathan and Lindy grows stronger as well, with Lindy often cheering him on during his therapy sessions. But the journey is far from over. Both Nathan and Amy must confront the lingering trauma of the accident and the emotional scars it has left behind. Through it all, Amy and Nathan's love becomes a source of healing and strength. They begin to envision a future together, one built on resilience and shared dreams. The experience has changed them both, but it has also brought them closer in ways they never imagined. As they stand on the cusp of a new beginning, Amy reflects on the journey that has brought them here. Life at Heartland has always been about overcoming challenges and finding hope in the face of adversity. And with Nathan by her side, she knows they can face whatever comes next. Nathan's return to Heartland is a bittersweet moment. Though he's still regaining his strength, the sight of the ranch, a place he now calls home, fills him with a sense of hope. For Amy, it's a relief to have him back where he belongs, but the challenges of adjusting to their new reality quickly become apparent. The once simple routines of life at Heartland now require significant adjustments. Nathan's mobility is limited, and he finds himself relying on others more than he's comfortable with. Tasks he once performed effortlessly now seem daunting, and the frustration begins to take its toll. One morning, as Nathan attempts to saddle a horse, his hands falter and the saddle slips to the ground. His jaw tightens and he mutters under his breath, pushing the equipment away in frustration. Amy approaches quietly, placing a gentle hand on his shoulder. "It's okay, Nathan," she says softly. "You don't have to do this alone. We're a team." "I don't want to be a burden," he replies, his voice tinged with bitterness. "You're not," Amy assures him. "This is just another hurdle, and we'll get over it together. That's what family does." For Lindy, having Nathan back at the ranch is a source of joy and excitement. She eagerly shows him her drawings, talks about her favorite horses, and insists on helping him with his therapy exercises. Her innocence and enthusiasm become a balm for Nathan's wounded spirit. One afternoon, Lindy invites Nathan to watch her ride Spartan, a horse that has been a part of the Heartland family for years. As she navigates the arena with confidence, Nathan can't help but smile. "You're amazing, Lindy," he says as she dismounts and runs to him. "Mommy says I'm just like her when she was my age," Lindy replies proudly. "But you know what? You're amazing too, Nathan. You're really strong." Her words strike a chord with Nathan, reminding him that strength isn't just about physical ability, it's about perseverance and heart. As Nathan navigates his recovery, the Heartland family steps up to support him. Jack takes him under his wing, offering wisdom and guidance. Tim, ever the pragmatist, pushes Nathan to stay focused on his therapy. Even Lou, who often keeps her emotions guarded, shows her softer side by organizing community fundraisers to cover Nathan's medical expenses. Each family member plays a role in helping Nathan find his place again, proving that the bonds of Heartland extend far beyond blood. While Amy remains steadfast in her support for Nathan, the weight of their situation begins to wear on her. She juggles her responsibilities at the ranch, her role as a mother, and the emotional labor of being Nathan's primary caregiver. One night, as she sits by the fire with Lou, Amy finally lets her guard down. "I feel like I'm being pulled in a million directions," she confesses. "I want to be there for Nathan, but I'm afraid I'm not enough." Lou places a reassuring hand on her sister's knee. "You don't have to do it all on your own, Amy. Let us help you. That's what family is for." Amy nods, grateful for her sister's unwavering support. As the weeks pass, Nathan begins to make significant progress. His therapy sessions become less grueling, and he regains some of the independence he had lost. One afternoon, with Amy and Lindy by his side, he takes his first unassisted steps. The moment is met with cheers and tears, a testament to the strength and resilience that define Heartland. For Nathan, it's a turning point, a reminder that, while the road to recovery is long, it's not insurmountable. Through the challenges they face together, Amy and Nathan's relationship grows stronger. They learn to lean on each other, to communicate openly about their fears and dreams. One evening, as they sit on the porch watching the sunset, Nathan takes Amy's hand in his. "I don't know where I'd be without you," he says. "You'd be exactly where you are now," Amy replies with a smile, strong, determined, and surrounded by people who love you. Their bond is a reminder that love isn't just about the good times, it's about weathering the storms together. With Nathan's recovery well underway, Amy begins to think about what's next for their family. She envisions a future where they continue to build their life at Heartland, where Lindy grows up surrounded by love and support. But she knows there will be more challenges ahead. Life on the ranch is never predictable, and the past has shown her that even the strongest bonds can be tested. As she looks out over the rolling hills of Heartland, Amy feels a renewed sense of hope. With Nathan and Lindy by her side, she knows they can face whatever the future holds. As the season finale edges closer, the narrative at Heartland takes on an air of both resolution and anticipation. Amy, Nathan, and the rest of the Heartland family find themselves at a crossroads, where their resilience and love are put to the ultimate test. The tranquil days of Heartland are disrupted by an unexpected natural disaster, a powerful storm that threatens the ranch and its inhabitants. The skies darken, and the howling winds send ripples of unease through the Heartland family. Amy, ever the protector, leaps into action. She rallies the family to secure the horses and fortify the ranch. Nathan, despite his ongoing recovery, insists on helping. "I can't sit this one out," he tells Amy, determination etched across his face. His courage inspires the others, and together they face the storm head-on. As the winds rage and rain pounds against the barn, the family works tirelessly to safeguard their home and livestock. The storm becomes a metaphor for the challenges they've faced over the years, a reminder that their unity is their greatest strength. After the storm clears, Nathan finds himself reflecting on his journey. His progress has been slow and arduous, but the storm has given him a renewed sense of purpose. "I don't want to just recover," he tells Amy one evening. "I want to thrive. I want to prove to myself and to Lindy that we can overcome anything." His words resonate deeply with Amy, who has faced her own trials and emerged stronger each time. She encourages Nathan to take the next step in his recovery, whether that means exploring new opportunities or rediscovering old passions. As Nathan regains his footing, the Heartland family begins to heal in their own ways. Jack, ever the anchor, reflects on the legacy of the ranch and the importance of preserving it for future generations. Tim, inspired by Nathan's determination, decides to mend some of his own strained relationships. He reaches out to Lou and Katie, acknowledging the mistakes he's made and expressing his desire to be a better father and grandfather. Meanwhile, Lou continues to navigate her political career and personal life, finding new ways to balance her ambitions with her role in the family. Katie, on the cusp of adulthood, learns valuable lessons about resilience and love from the challenges her family has faced. For Amy, the journey has been one of self-discovery and growth. She realizes that while Ty's memory will always hold a special place in her heart, she must allow herself to fully embrace her present with Nathan. One evening, as she watches Lindy play with the horses, Amy makes a decision. She approaches Nathan, her eyes filled with a quiet determination. "I think it's time we create something new together," she says. Nathan smiles, understanding the depth of her words. "What do you have in mind?" "A therapeutic riding program," Amy explains. "Something that can help people like you. People who face challenges and need a way to reconnect with themselves." Nathan nods, his expression one of both pride and excitement. "I think that's a brilliant idea. Let's do it." As Amy and Nathan begin planning their new venture, Lindy becomes an integral part of their vision. Her natural affinity for horses and her compassionate spirit make her a perfect ambassador for the program. "Lindy, this is as much for you as it is for us," Amy tells her one evening. Lindy beams with pride. "I want to help, Mommy. I want to make people happy like you and Nathan do." Her enthusiasm serves as a reminder that Heartland isn't just a place. It's a legacy, one that Lindy is poised to carry forward. As the family begins to find their footing, new challenges loom on the horizon. A mysterious stranger arrives in town, bringing with them a connection to Heartland's past that threatens to unravel the family's hard-won peace. Meanwhile, Amy receives an unexpected offer to compete in a prestigious equestrian event, forcing her to choose between her personal dreams and her responsibilities at the ranch. Nathan, too, faces a test of his resilience when an old injury flares up, jeopardizing his progress and raising questions about his role in the new therapeutic program. Despite the uncertainty, the Heartland family remains united. Their shared history and unbreakable bond give them the strength to face whatever comes their way. As the season concludes, the camera pans over the ranch, capturing the golden hues of the setting sun. Amy, Nathan, and Lindy stand together, their silhouettes framed by the vast expanse of Heartland Season 19. As the season concludes, the camera pans over the ranch, capturing the golden hues of the setting sun. Amy, Nathan, and Lindy stand together, their silhouettes framed by the vast expanse of Heartland. "This is our home," Amy says softly, "and no matter what happens, we'll always find a way through. Together." The screen fades to black, leaving viewers on the edge of their seats, eager to see what the next chapter holds for Heartland and its beloved characters. As we wrap up this deep dive into Heartland Season 19, it's clear that Amy's journey is far from over. With new beginnings on the horizon and the promise of healing and growth, her path forward with Nathan and Lindy holds so much potential. But as always, there's the ever-present question: how will the Heartland family continue to weather the storms, both literal and emotional? Will Amy and Nathan's love stand the test of time? And how will Lindy play a pivotal role in shaping their future? What do you think? Will Nathan's journey be as heart-wrenching as Ty's? Can Amy survive without him by her side? Or will their love story become the very thing that saves them all? And most importantly, what's next for Amy, Nathan, and Lindy in Heartland Season 19? What are your hopes and fears for these beloved characters? Share your thoughts and predictions in the comments section and subscribe our channel Mr. Perfect for more Heartland updates. Thanks!